Hello and welcome into this week's RNN Diecast review right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. I do apologize, we're over a day late with this at this point, probably closer to 2 days at this point, so I do apologize. It's been a crazy week, but we're getting you a diecast review this week nonetheless, and it is a cool one. You've seen the title, you know what this is. This is Joey Logano's Martinsville winner from the playoffs in 2018. An absolutely gorgeous car. The typical, what you would expect here from an elite window box for this. Nothing out of the ordinary for the box. One of 244 of the Joey Logano Martinsville wins made in the Elite. So let's take a look at what comes in the box. Pretty standard stuff here. Cup Series winner sticker. Bag of blue and white confetti, dark blue and light blue. The generic Elite COA. And the race detail card. Joey Logano, first Data 500 winner. October 28th, 2018, 20th Cup Series win. On the back, Joey Logano, Martinsville win. Wow, these titles continue to get more and more generic on these cards. You can pause to read that if you want to. All right, so on to the main attraction here. It is the car itself, and for the most part, it's a good-looking car. I have a couple of issues with it, but we will get to those. I mean, it's... For the most part, it's your typical Joey Logano shell Pennzoil scheme. Nothing really out of the ordinary here with this car in terms of the paint scheme. It's all about the damage on this one, and this is one of the cooler looking cars we got from 2018. Take a look under the hood here. Shell and Pennzoil, as well as powered by Ford. Take a look at the Elite engine detail in there, if we can get the light in there for you. Okay. Onto the nose here, a little bit of scuffs here on the nose. I believe that is where he got into Truex on the last lap, the scuffs there on the grill. 22 Ford Fusion, some Sunoco logos up here. Rubber buildup on the nose, Pennzoil and shell, lots of... I don't know if that's actually rubber buildup, these lines here, or what exactly those are. They're definitely a part of the raced up look, but I don't know if that's just like big clumps of rubber buildup or what exactly that is. Exactly one piece of confetti on the windshield, Monster Energy banner, Monster Energy playoff banner. 22 on the roof, roof flaps do function. A lot more confetti here on the rear, Logano on the rear window. The DIN number is on the bottom because of the confetti. Creative Energy, the Rhythm of Louisiana on the deck lid. Take a look here at the fuel cell detail. DIN number 134. There's the underside detail for you. Down the driver's side, more rubber buildup down through here. Lots of scuffs and markings here on the tire. NBC logo here on the side. Definitely a lot of markings here down along the side skirt. A little bit here in the number. Round of 8. Cloth window net. Joey Logano on the name rail. 2 winter stickers. Sponsors down the B-post. AAA and discount tire in front of the rear wheel. Shell Pennzoil. Lots of dirt and buildup back here. A little bit of scuffs around the left rear tire. Auto Trader and Snap-on, as well as the ethanol ring around the fuel cell. I believe that's supposed to be pushed in. They just darkened it out. They didn't actually pull away the fender on this one, which I'm a little disappointed by. Not gonna lie, I expected some more pushed in fenders on this and not as many blacked out fenders, and we'll see more of that here on the back bumper. Shell and Pennzoil, 22 Crew, 22 and Ford. And this is where Truex kind of got into him in the back on the last lap. I think that's where Truex got into him. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can see it's blacked out here at the bottom, and like the sticker's supposed to show that it's It's kind of crumpled in here. And I mean, it looks good for a sticker, but to be completely honest with you, I was expecting... I don't know, I was expecting more from this. I know I'm probably going to get some hate for this, like, you're expecting too much from Lionel. I don't think I am, to be completely honest with you. I don't think that's really a lot of damage to replicate here in actual, like, pushed-in fender and that kind of thing. I don't think that's really that much to ask for, and they don't do it. They just do it with a sticker. So I know I'm probably going to get some hate for that. I'm okay with that because... I stand by what I say. I really think that Lionel should have done more with that, and I'm going to call him out on that when I see fit. But there is a lot of damage here on the passenger side as well. This is where Truex kind of got into him off of 4, kind of getting mad at him for the bump in 3 and 4. So lots of scuffs here down the passenger side, all down the passenger side here. Of course, no window here because it is a short track, but there is a lot of scuffs down this passenger side. The passenger side, I will give credit, does look really good. I don't know if there's much more they could have done with this. It's the back bumper, for the most part, that I have a problem with. I feel like they could have done more with this, and I'm very disappointed by that. But, I mean, the passenger side here, the passenger side looks great. This I think, is exactly what I was looking for here. I mean, even up here on the right front fender, I think that's where he actually got into Truex, or part of it at least. But I mean, otherwise, this passenger side looks fantastic on this car. But that's your look at Joey Logano's Martinsville playoff winner from 2018. And I mean, it's, like I said, it's a really good looking car. I'm very disappointed by that back bumper because I think they could have done more with that. And I will say, if that's my only complaint about the car, Lionel is getting better. Does that let them off the hook? No. Because in recent years, that probably would have been a minor complaint compared to some of the graphics defects and the paint chips and things like that probably would have happened on this car that would have probably happened in the past couple of years with the things that Lionel let slip through quality control, and still does from time to time, but doesn't seem to be near as prevalent anymore. So I think that is a small win for Lionel. That really is the only complaint that I have, that I feel like they could have done more with the back bumper, but at the same time, that doesn't let them off the hook. I do truly believe that they could have and should have done more with that back bumper and made it, and actually done, like, pushed it in a little bit, not just, like, blacked out the bottom of it and done it with the decal work. I know it looks good for a decal. It looks good for part of the wrap, but it's the principle of the matter that they could have done it, and they didn't do it, and that's what really disappoints me, because I was looking forward to this car, and don't get me wrong, this car does look really good. But this car is not exactly what I was expecting out of it. And maybe my expectations were too high, but I don't think they were. I was expecting a little bit of a beat up car. I wasn't expecting it to look like the 1997 Dale Earnhardt Daytona 500 crash car. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. I mean, the car didn't look anything like that when it came across the line, but it did have a little bit of damage that I feel like could have been replicated and wasn't. And I don't know, that disappoints me. Maybe I'm in the minority here. I probably am in the minority, to be completely honest, because at least from what I've seen from other things around the internet, from other reviews on YouTube, it doesn't seem like anybody else really seems to have a problem with that. It seems like I'm about the only one, or one of the few, but I don't know. That's just something I feel like Lionel dropped the ball on. I feel like they could have done that, and it would have made this such a much cooler car, and they didn't. And it's the next step in a long line of things of Lionel dropping the ball and not doing all that they could to make the product that not only I think they deserve to be putting out, but I think that we as the customers deserve to be getting. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my rant on this Joey Logano car. Like I said, it's a good looking car for the most part. Just that back bumper, I feel like they should have done more with that. But That'll do it, I think, for this diecast review. Next week will be Kevin Harvick's Texas playoff win from last season. Just a couple of cup races left for 2018. Kyle Busch ISM win should be coming in soon, so it should be able to fit nicely into chronological order. We'll probably have to wait a bit on the Logano Homestead win, because I think that's not scheduled till like September. We've got the Moffitt Homestead truck in, so that'll be falling into chronological order. I don't know when exactly the Reddick Homestead win is supposed to show up, so I don't know exactly if that'll fall in or not. But then there's some Daytona stuff, like the Johnson Clash win and the Logano Duel win. I think they're supposed to show up in August, so we might end up a little bit out of order and start into some 2019s before we get to Logano and maybe Reddick from Homestead, but we'll get back to them eventually once they actually do get released. But in the meantime, we've got some good stuff coming up in the next week or the next few weeks here on Diecast Review. Pocono and Iowa this weekend. ARCA, Trucks, and Cup are in Pocono. Rewind shows, of course, for all of those. And then Iowa for Xfinity and the K&N crossover race. So we'll have, 5 rewind shows for you this weekend. Big weekend here. Lots of stuff coming up for you, so be sure to look out for that. First one should be coming up here in the next 24 hours or so for ARCA, and I should know this, but I think the K&N race is on Friday as well, so should have a couple of those going up late Friday night, early Sunday morning, something like that. So keep an eye out for those. I'm expecting some really good races this weekend, at least from Iowa. Maybe not from Pocono, but at least from Iowa. So if you haven't done it already, you need to go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. While you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. But at that, this has been the RNN Diecast Review. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.